So these are the items that are out the little cupboard above my cooker. This I think down over the years. There seems to be quite a few items here, I presume, you might think, especially cake stands. That's a funny story. With my grandmother, especially when I was little, she always used to have, I've told this story a number of times, something like this out, along with fruit cream, the little sandwiches that used to be proper doilies and everything like that, and china cups and saucers, even when I was 5. So it's just the thing, and we used to love it. And she used to find it really, I think, funny, because obviously used to have like a grown-up tea party with my dolls, even when I used to stay there. So one particular year I said I'd love to have a cake stand. And what did I do? I had this one from a friend, because found it very difficult at one stage to find them. She got this, I think, from an antique store or a charity shop. I had this one from a family member. This one I finally got from Poundland about the same time. No, this one was from Poundland, sorry. This one I think was given to me by a family member. And I had a purple one, which I actually got rid of. As you noticed, I like all the glass. And I got rid of quite a few serving dishes like this, but I've kept this one again with all, you know, sort of when I do buffets and things, I like to have all the glass, see-through glass sort of thing. The only item I'm thinking about getting rid of is this, that belonged to my granddaughter when she used to come at Christmas and New Year. But this year for Christmas Eve and New Year's Day, she actually had proper cutlery and one of my internal bow plates. So I'm only managing to get rid of one item out of here. And there's a little bit of a strange story. This is brand new. I got it some time ago, actually, from the charity shop. £1.99, brand new. You can tell it's not been used. Plus, it's got all the little bits on the end of the forks and the seals here. Now, I did get rid of my red one that I had years and years ago. This was sort of a gift for hubby, because he was always the one to do a fondue. But unfortunately, obviously, not going to happen. But I did say to my son the other day when I remembered about checking the cupboard, because I did say I only had the 2 sort of wall cupboards, but I had got 3 actually. And I remembered this and I thought, I'm going to use it, I'll get rid of it. But like I said, £1.99, it's probably not something a lot of people deal with. I don't have the melted chocolate one with the strawberries, marshmallows and everything like that. I prefer the cheese fondue and have it with little cuts squared of cheese, and then in with it you make it into a thick sauce with obviously cheese, mustard and cider and things like that. So I might have to look at the recipe, because my hubby did it automatically. So as I said, only one item, but in the past years, and I've said this a number of times again, I've got rid of so much stuff over the last 5 to 10 years, gradually getting rid of things and only keeping those items that I do use, like and want. But some of these, like this one, is I like it for like fancy cupcakes and everything, and this one I tend to use this one and this one for cheesecake and gâteaux and that sort of thing, and that one sometimes I use for sandwiches, or if I've got a bigger dessert like a birthday cake. So they've all got uses. This I tend to use for nibbles and crisps and everything, and this one sometimes I use also for decor as well. So I'm going to get the cupboard wiped over, and then all these items except for that plastic plate will go back in the cupboard. I only got this part and above the hob done today because I got sidetracked doing a few other jobs rather than finish what I was supposed to be doing in the kitchen. This used to be the coffee station, especially again for hubby, because let's face it, haven't used the Tasmo nail since he went in hospital back last year, so it's not been used at all over Christmas or whatever, so we probably will use it again. So what I've done in here, I put like me greaseproof paper, my cling film, my tin foil, and different bags. I need to get some more sandwich bags and sacks. So this is an ideal way of keeping it all together, because stuff was just getting sort of put in under the sink and then getting lost. So this way I thought this is really handy because it's very close to where I would do packing up and everything. And again, I do use this more than probably the coffees that I did have in here. So I'm glad that's something, although it was sort of out of order, but that's something else that's ticked off my list. Okay, my granddaughter and daughter-in-law were going through my granddaughter's books because she's quite advanced in her reading now. So the only ones that she's kept now is a few of these. We've got a dinosaur one, unicorn one, not many, blue rabbit. I say a lot of these, you know, she's quite advanced in her reading. There's a couple that I've asked to be kept just because they're sort of sentimental, because they were gifts. One of them is this one here. It came from a friend to myself and my granddaughter one Christmas. So there's quite a few things that I need to go through, but there was this job that I was glad that got done. But the whole wad of books that's got rid of is these, quite a few. This one we had two of, but she's past this stage of reading, except for this one, I think, because she does do the smaller writing now, but I think she took the other one home. So these are all the books that are possibly going, and the Marvel one. And this one, I Love Granny. We're going on a bear hunt, so there's quite a few. Some of these are hardly been read. And I must admit, I didn't realise how far advanced she was in her reading. There's that one. Owl Babies, I might actually keep that one. I'm trying to be good, but some of the illustrations I love. Santa Expert. And 12 Days of Christmas. Some of these I think I've got recently, but a lot of them I got from like the charity shop, and sometimes you couldn't get quite a few of them. So Santa book, Alice in Wonderland, Sleeping Beauty, the Stinky Sprouts, Bruce Lays Eggs. I don't think this one, I got this from the Swatch bookshop at Western Fayville. I don't think she's even read that one. This one's got a DVD, but I know it sounds sacrilege about cutting up books, but some of them, because when I buy them from charity shop, if I want them for my projects, I tend to get them when they're sort of, you know, really bad in a state and probably scribbled on or written on. So, books that possibly people wouldn't buy, and they're the ones that I tend to sort of cut up. This one was a well-loved book, as you can see. Christmas Mouse House, and big Bear's Big Bottom. So yeah, again, I'll say some of these that I've got this in was donated, and like the Swap Book Club I didn't pay for anyway. So there's quite a few books there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, I can't. The trouble is with this, I can't scrub it out. 8. I think that was 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 that went on the floor. So that's 21 books. So that's over half, by the looks of it, that this going. Might ask a friend first whether she wants them for a community centre. If failing that, I might, if the charity shop doesn't take them, I might donate them back to the Swap Book Club shelves, as I said, and then I can pick out maybe a couple of older books now. But I really didn't realise how well she can read, but there you go. She used to read more, I think, when she used to stay longer with me or stay for the weekend. But yeah, so there's quite a lot of books there, but hey ho, you do what you do, don't you? Maybe I ought to sort of be careful what books I actually purchase in the future. So I didn't get much of my kitchen done today. Daniel was asleep part of the morning. I think he had a bad night. So I did do a little bit of sorting out in my upstairs cupboard. And it might not seem a lot different to you, but it's definitely to myself. In there, I've just got big empty boxes that are empty. I use all this. That is a Temu haul ready to be done. I've got 2 more orders. One has been stuck at the airport for over 4 or 5 days now, and it's still not on the plane as this evening. I went through all this. I got rid of some storage. Surprise, surprise. There's a few baskets missing because I've used them around our home. I've pulled out a few bits of wall art, and I put that gold box up there due to the fact I don't want to get rid of that, and I like those crates and that tin. I'm still wondering whether to try and spray where it's red. I want it black. And as you know, I've got my art there. I've had a little bit of swap round because I've got my other canvas in my room, so I've put that there. Had a little bit of a swap round. I'm trying to only keep the canvases that I do swap out and use. Then down on here is like flower arrangements. Like this one was my eldest son's wedding. Kindly gave me one, which is really nice because I used that around September, autumn time. These grey flowers here, and the sort of the tin vase that a friend bought me for Christmas. I've only just wrapped it up actually, and these I use occasionally around my home. I've got my new sort of autumn Halloween jars there. I bought these forward because I want to use these over Easter. I might have to tighten that a bit so I can put Easter eggs. And if you know, remember, these are DIYs that I've done, so I want to get those out, I think. I've got rid of quite a few jars as well. I've got to share what I'm getting rid of. I've got about 3 boxes in the games room that need to be got rid of, but I want to share that first. And I pulled out a few little bits. There's still a few bits that have got question marks, and these things I might sort of redo. This has been the same for quite some time. I might change that one out. And I've got that heart glass stand thing there that I did last year, and I might pull the flowers out of this and do something else with it maybe this year. But I do like how I've done the handle on this bit. So yeah, so not too bad at all. And I'm getting there. As I say, I'm thinning it down a little bit, but I've changed a few bits of decor around. I had my Iceland food delivery, although I've only just uploaded last week's. I just put it away in the end because I had a couple of phone calls, so I just ended up putting it away without doing the haul, which I said I was going to do. But it was pretty much, I think, the same sort of items. I do a mixture because sometimes then I go to Lidl and get some fresh produce, and also occasionally, maybe once a month or once every 2 months, I actually go to a butcher and get fresh meat as well. And then we have a vegetable store at a shopping centre that sometimes I get my fruit and veg. you know, if I don't go into Lidl or the supermarket. So I've got a range of different places, I should say, where I get my food. But I'm really pleased, and yet again, I'm really happy, except for that bag. But as I say, I was waiting for the rest of my Temu order to come. I might end up doing that because I don't want to start cluttering it up. If I don't hear anything that the next order it's on its way, I might just do that one. Actually, we shall see. But I'm really pleased because this is usually a dumping ground. Eventually I want to store some of the bigger boxes out of there into the big shed with like stuff that can be sealed up to go to the charity shop. So I've got a sort of a place maybe in the shed, especially with better weather hopefully coming, of stuff that needs to leave our home. I don't want to start junking up and messing up the areas I've already done. So again, I'm really happy with what I've got done today. Not exactly the two sort of wall cupboards in my kitchen, but it all goes on my list, my to-do list, what I want to get done. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.